Hey guys, it's Kyber66 Pojo here. I'm coming to you guys with a new segment. I'm going to make this like a whole series. It's going to be about Dragunities because I found a build for them that I playtested and it's possibly one of the most fun decks I've ever played. As soon as these guys are legal, I'll be switching these over to my main deck to play in like tournaments. They're pretty cheap right now, except Phalanx has gone up in price on eBay, so he'll probably be priced more in local stores, but for most of the cards they're about $2, maybe $3, because they're from Hidden Arsenal, so they're not expensive, and they're really, really good. If you have any Dragunity stuff, I would suggest either holding onto it until it's priced a lot, because they will go up in price, or make the deck for yourself, because it's a lot of fun. I'm going to be making, like I said, multiple videos. This is going to be the first episode. Basically, I'm going to go over the deck list in this video, and then maybe in like the next video I'll go over the combos of the deck. And then the third video be something like what to side deck and how people should side against Dragunities, because I'm thinking a lot of people are going to start playing these. So really, I'm just going to be giving a general idea on how to play the deck and the way it works and all that good stuff over the course of multiple videos. So this one should be relatively short because all I'm doing is giving a deck list. I'll explain what they all do in the next video. So yeah, here we go. It's going to run 3 Dragunity Phalanx. He's the main part of the deck. He's level 2 tuner, and he's ridiculously broken with this deck. 3 Dragunity Legionnaire. He's also insanely good. He's basically the main way to get over all of your opponent's back row and their field and everything. He blows everything up. 3 Dragunity Ducks. This goes into just about every synchro you can possibly imagine. 3 Volcanic Shell. I got this idea from Explodium. You can find his channel right here. Explodium did what he called Volcanic Dragunity video, and this idea is extremely solid. I'll explain why in the next video, but Volcanic Shell is possibly one of the greatest tech ideas for this deck I've ever seen. Definitely great. If he's the one who made that up, then definitely congrats to you. That's a fantastic idea. My deck actually isn't quite too different from his. He explains in his video that space is really tight. It's very true. It's very tight, and you can't alter very much in it because it's all very, very, it has to be that way. You know what I mean? It's just like that. 2 Dragunity Atlas. These cards have not come out yet. They'll be coming out in the structure deck. As you can see, I have mine Japanese. These are proxies. They'll be coming out in the structure deck in March 9th is when this deck will be playable. But you run 2 of these. They're also a level 2 tuner like Phalanx was. 2 Dragunity Arms Misdale. He's also Japanese. Proxy comes in the structure deck. Very good card. And then 1 Dragunity Arms Leviathan, whatever you want to call him. I don't know what his name was, but he's the ultra rare in the structure deck. You only run 1 of him. That's the monster lineup. Spell lineup is 3 Dragon Ravine. This field spell makes the deck ridiculous. I mean, you can basically turn any top deck, like you top deck an MST, you can turn that MST into a Stardust Dragon. This card is the most amazing field spell I think I've ever seen in this game. I really like it that much. It's just ridiculously awesome. 2 cards of Consonance. This is probably one of the best draw cards in the game, especially if you can put it in this deck. You discard a Dragon Tuner with 1000 or less attack, which would mean either Atlas or the Phalanx. Both of them qualify. And you put them in the graveyard and draw 2. You want Atlas and Phalanx in the graveyard, so you're basically putting a monster you want to have in the graveyard and drawing 2 cards. It's fantastic. Really good stuff. 2 Terraforming, because searching out that field spell is extremely important. 2 MST, just to get rid of back row, because back row can shut this deck down. 2 Book of Moon, because it's a defensive trap or spell that is played in just about every deck. 2 Pot of Avarice. Some people argue and say no, you should run 1 Pot of Avarice, but 2 is definitely good. You almost always want to draw into your Pot of Avarice, because you spit synchros out like no other, and your graveyard is always full of stuff that needs to be put back in the deck. So Pot of Avarice is great. Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, and Trunade, you know, just your main staples. It's just, they're, you know, yeah. Traps, I'm running 2 Bottomless. You'll notice my trap lineup is very inexpensive because I do not have Solemn Warnings, so I have to play without them. So the deck itself is extremely cheap if you don't count the Synchros. The Synchros are what makes the deck expensive. 2 Compulsories. This is what I'm running over Warnings because it can also hit set things and, you know. 1 Torrential. This is a proxy Torrential. I didn't feel like taking the Torrential out of my Blackwings. I just made a proxy. So it looks really bad, but you know. A Mirror Force and a Trap Stun, so that you can go into those major synchro plays. The extra deck is quite simple. I include 1 Red Nova Dragon because you can go into Red Nova Dragon with this deck. It's completely possible. During playtesting against my Blackwings, I've actually got this guy out twice out of, like, I don't know, maybe 15 games. So you can get this guy out. It's entirely possible. And when you do get him out, it's just really funny because they can't. The only way they're really going to get over this guy is if they deprison him. But besides that, he's just awesome. 1 Trident Dragon because you can also go off with him. He can lead to OTK potential. I usually don't grab him too much, but you can get him if you feel like it's safe. Stardust. I only have 1 on me right now, but you definitely want to run 2. Stardust Dragon, you get him out on the first turn almost every game. So if you can get Stardust, if you can have 2 Stardust, that's really good, because if they end up like something like Bora or Sure or something including to get over your Stardust, you want to be able to go into another one because he's completely needed. He makes the deck safe to play. 1 Dragunity Gaydurg. This is a proxy, super bad proxy because I cut him too short, but whatever. Only run 1 of him. I really don't get him out too often, but when I do, I can usually make some pretty good plays off of him. 2 Dragunity Knight Vajrayana. After intense playtesting, I'm really wanting to add a 3rd, because when I have both of them, or I have 2 on the, or when I've already got like 1 in the grave and 1's on the field right now, and I'm thinking I don't have a Pot of Avarice, I might need a 3rd one next turn. So honestly, I'm thinking I'm gonna run 3 instead of 2 because I go into this guy so much. It's too good to not use it, and I don't know. I'm definitely running it at 3. A Colossal Fighter, Goyo, Catastor, Red Dragon Archfiend, Black Rose Dragon. The deck really doesn't synchro for level 7s too much, so I'm not sure if I want to keep this. I think I'm going to, just for the ability to nuke the field if I can. You know. Iron Chain Dragon, I'm definitely taking this out to put in whatchamacallem, the 3rd Vajrayana, so I'm definitely taking this out. A Chimera Tech, I don't even know if I'm going to side Cyber Dragons with this deck, so I might take him out for a Magical Android, not completely sure yet. And then 1 Bryanak, because you go into him a lot too. But yeah, that's the deck list, guys. I'm gonna make part 2. I have a really bad ice storm over here, so I have no internet. So I'm probably just gonna make the first like 3 episodes and upload them all at the same time. You can find the link to the 2nd episode right here in the middle of the screen. Yeah, thanks guys.